the spot right here. Are you sure, bro? You know I'm from the wicked shit. Like,
I be fresh, man. I'm telling you, bro. This is the spot, nigga. This is what you telling me, bro.
Alright, you know you cooking all crazy and shit.
You already
getting brewed up and shit.
Good shit.
Let's go out, let's guys down real quick.
S.E.V mix ain't no remix, nigga. Self-made, made nigga. I be moving like a monster. If your aim fucked up, then your game fucked up. If your game fucked up, then your chain fucked up. Most these rap niggas is lame, they loved up. And most these raps on the same, they all suck. My niggas on point, the eyeball we trust. So when you need a hit, you know that they call us. So every time I do it, I'ma motherfucking screw it. I'ma put it in a pot and I'ma motherfucking brew it. Yeah, brew that shit. 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 Yeah, my nigga just brew that shit. 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 Yeah, my nigga just brew that shit. Ha, brew that shit. S.E.V, you already know I do this shit. MC in the front, got hammers in the back for every motherfucker thinking they too legit. And if you hating, that's ludicrous, cause I'm never, ever, ever going quit. Got brain in the whip, got brain in the crib. Every time you give me a head, man, I sever that shit. And I'm better with this shit, cause there's levels to this shit. Little nigga, we don't fight the same shows. Pull up at the club, we don't pull the same hoes. When we flick it up, we don't do the same pose. No, I got it, tell these motherfuckers to fall back. If you don't smoke weed, cause you might get your contact. If you don't feel this, then the nigga can feel that. But disrespect the eyeball and get yours blue back, a true cat. Real niggas since day one. My pops was a pimp, you know I'm a straight son. Never had a gun, I ain't never had to run. How these niggas manage to run, they holding on one. Now I overdosed on this beat by ATM. Cold that shit, so you know I had to do it. But every time I do it, I'ma motherfucking screw it. I'ma put it in a pot and I'ma motherfucking brew it. Yeah, brew that shit. 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 Yeah, my nigga just brew that shit. 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 Yeah, my nigga just brew that shit.
Ha, brew that shit, man, they call me Nike just the way I do that shit. No ice, but you know a nigga cool as shit. Watch it bubble in the pot when I brew that shit. When I blew that shit, she hit that shit. She going to the moon while I brew that shit. Real nigga, please don't confuse this shit. I'm from S.E.V with a flex, blue and grip. If these niggas wavy, I'm a cruising ship. No cold, but a nigga on his power trip. She got me up all night, Now all she gon' get is a power dip. Yeah, she wet the blunt, that's a sour kiss. Then I kiss the lips, that's a flower kiss. Her head so smart, she went to Spelman, bitch. Butt naked in the kitchen on that Melbourne shit. Since a baby boy, I had crazy toys. You niggas talking shit, but you ain't making noise. My bad bitch, keep a magazine in between the sheets. Playboy, this be the original, the real McCoy. Flex drop the bomb, I came to destroy. Cause every time I do it, I'm a motherfucker do it. Put the purple in the Sprite, and I'm a motherfucker screw it. MULA.
Yeah, brew that shit.
Brew that shit.
Brew that shit.
Brew that shit.
Brew that shit. Yeah, my nigga just brew that shit.
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 Brew that shit. Yeah, my nigga just brew that shit.
Hold up, you know a nigga had to get a verse full on dark side like I wrote it in a hearse. Our body got body like I wrote it in the church. Oh shit, nigga better for the dirt. She said it's sex better when a nigga make a squirt. Yes man, I can, I put in that work. Got my hand up her skirt, goddamn she flirt. She let me beat, then I skeet, then my ties go skirt. Peace, you know a nigga murking this shit. Just my audio crack, I'm just getting my fix. Breaking down a bunch of weed, then I'm fixing the twist. Plotting on some new money, then I'm fixing to get. I'm making iTunes, nigga show money. Think you better than me, I'm like no dummy. Think you better than we, I'm like no dummy. Hey, what you need, I'm like more money. You know, growing up I was the coolest kid, but look at me now, I rock the coolest kids. My niggas drink Coronas, they be brew the shit, and my flow still woo. You heard that shit, cause I think Skrilla, smoke killer, flow iller, team brilla, gorilla. I grew up amongst the thieves and coke dealers, and these 16s mean it's dope, nigga. So when it come to music, they ask me why I do it. I tell them when I kill it, my nigga, I had to do it. So every time I do it, I'm a motherfucking screw it. Mix the beat with the pot, then I motherfucking brew it. Hey, yeah.
Brew that shit.
Brew that shit.
Brew that shit.
Brew that shit.
Brew that shit. Yeah, my nigga just brew that shit.
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 Brew that shit. Yeah, my nigga just brew that shit.